This is a Flying Cow production.
Well, hello, and welcome back to Movie Battles here on the Flying Cow, where we take the very best in Disney, Pixar, movie trivia, and we put them head to head. And here today, we have a very, very exciting match, but I am not here alone to do this. No, I have here with me so weird to say this, former, but still undefeated, undisputed Disney Pixar Movie Battles champion. She is the co-host with the co-most, Kelly Meehan, Madam Kelly Meehan. Kelly, how are you?
Oh, I'm always so much better after hearing your introductions to me. I love it. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and I always love being here at Movie Battles. I can't wait for this match today. I'm so excited.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is, of course, your first appearance after having to unfortunately relinquish the title, but hopefully you will be back at some point. And I do have to say something we forgot to mention when we were making our announcement is because you had 3 defenses, you got that automatic rematch. So if at any point you decide to come back, you will get an automatic championship match, which might make today's competitors quake a little bit. But
I was going to say, whoever takes the belt shouldn't feel like too much of a stronghold on it, because you never know when I'm going to pop up and come back for it. So
it's true. It's true. Absolutely. But we do have to talk about this match today because this is a huge one. We have the championship match for the vacant title. Lil Boat, Caleb Boatman going up against the undefeated DreamWorker, Cameron Holtzman. Cameron, of course, won this back at Fallout. Caleb had to fight through a couple of competitors to get this spot. And I will say he went through 3 matches, and every single one of those matches ended in at least a TKO. That is impressive. He put his stamp on this, and he is ready for this match. Both of these competitors, I'm sure, are eager to have an opportunity at that title. You've already said it, Kelly, but this is extremely exciting.
Oh, very much so, especially like how you just said, the way that they've come to this opportunity. It's really anybody's game, and I just can't wait to see how it's going to turn out.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I think it is time to go ahead and bring in today's competitors. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right. Introducing first, representing boats of all size with a record of 6 wins, 3 defeats, and 4 knockouts. He is the 2022 Elimination Gauntlet winner and a 2-time and current #1 contender. He is Lil Boat, Caleb Boatman. Okay, I just called in Boatman, but Coho, why are you here?
Mr. Cow, hold on first. It's just one moment. This will only take a minute of your time.
Okay.
Hello, Kelly. It's nice to see you again. The people of Movie Battles obviously don't need an introduction to me. I'm the kid. It's me. And they don't need an introduction for Mr. Boatman either. But Mr. Boatman needs a bit of a hype man in his corner today. And so he called me because the only person better than me at any of this is Caleb Boatman. There's a reason this man's going to be your permanent champion. And whenever Kelly decides to come back, she's going to lose to Boatman. She won't beat Boatman. This is a new world order. This man's your champion, and Holtzman can go home. He's wasting his time.
Okay. So you are Boatman's spokesperson, apparently.
Absolutely.
In this
For
match.
yesterday, today, and all time. I am in perpetuity his lawyer and spokesperson.
Okay. I didn't know you got your degree. Good to know. But I mean, maybe you know this. Has Boatman done? Does he have a special game plan for Cameron, or is he just coming in like he always does?
Listen, he's a master strategist. We're playing 4D chess. Holtzman's playing checkers. The game that we're playing today is called We're Better Than Him, and he can deal with it.
Okay. All right. So, good luck with that. I think it's time to go ahead and bring in your competitor for today. That was weird. And his opponent, representing the superior brand, with a record of 4 wins, no defeats, and 2 knockouts. He is the rookie sensation and the current #1 contender. He is the DreamWorker, Cameron Holtzman. Greetings, Cameron. I'm glad to see at least you didn't bring a random person into the stream. How are you today? Are you excited for this championship match?
So I want to start by issuing a few corrections to the statements made by one Caleb Coho. Number one, he said the only person that can beat him is Caleb Boatman. That is false. If you can't remember, which clearly your trivia prowess shows that you can't, I beat you to get here. Therefore, better. Number two, he told me to go home. I already am. Take that.
Good point. We're all on Zoom. Okay. Well, yeah, that's true. You've got some good points. But you are here. You're not playing Coho this time. You are playing Boatman. Did you have any special strategy? I know this was, you didn't have a whole lot of time to prep for this. But did you have any? Do you have any sort of special strategy coming into today?
I'm gonna answer this question the way I answer a lot of questions in this league. I want to tell you a story.
Story time, yay!
A story about a canine who is viewed negatively by the world simply for being who he is, who is deemed a criminal, who is deemed untrustworthy by the people around him, just because of their perceptions, because of not what he's doing, but because of who he is. But he overcomes adversity. He becomes the good guy, and the people love him, and the people celebrate him. Now, you may be thinking I'm talking about the film Zootopia, but I am talking about the superior film 2022's The Bad Guys, from DreamWorks Animation. It just goes to show you, no matter how bad, evil, negative you may see someone as, they can win over the hearts of the people. They can walk away at the end of the day with the victory, with the praise, the accolades. And that's what I'm here to do.
Okay. That is quite a that's very, very interesting. Thank you for that. Thank you very, very much. It's informative.
Zootopia sucks. So.
Oh, well, okay.
Not even a sarcastic opinion. That's just true.
All right. So let us go ahead and bring Caleb back in here. All right. I think this is going to be an interesting match. Why don't we go ahead and get things started with the reading of the rules for round number 1. In round number 1, 8 questions from random categories will be given to all competitors. Competitors will have 15 seconds to write each answer. Answers in this round must be spoken aloud when revealing your response. In this round, all questions are worth 1 point. If either competitor gets all 8 questions correct, they will have a perfect round and receive a 1-point bonus question. Competitors also have 3 repeats that they can use at any point throughout the match. If they need a little bit more time or just want to hear the question again, you can use your repeats. Competitors also have a challenge. If at any point you disagree with the ruling of a question, you can challenge. If your challenge is upheld, then you will keep your challenge. There is no stealing in this round. Are our competitors ready?
I hope so.
All right. Kelly, are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. Let's get going.
All right. Well, then I don't know about you guys, but I feel ready for a movie battle. Action begin. And we will start in round number 1 with question number 1 in the category of early classics and classics. These are the films mostly of the 30s through the 50s. And your question: who is the first named character to be seen in Dumbo? Dumbo, not necessarily a film that a lot of people rewatch. So you gotta wonder.
I cry every time. Like, I ugly cry during this movie. So I don't know if I can answer it because I'm like watching through tears.
Even when it starts? Wow, it's fine.
I think it's like the first 5 minutes is okay.
2 and 1. All right. So we are gonna go to Caleb.
Stork.
That is incorrect. Cameron.
Said Mrs. Jumbo.
Mrs. Jumbo is correct. So Cameron pulling out an early 1-point lead.
Your next question: in the Renaissance, this is the films of mostly the 90s. Who provides the voice of the villainous poacher Mick Leach in The Rescuers Down Under? So happy I get to read aloud the Down Under question.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Authentic Australian accent.
I didn't do that on purpose, but it does kind of seem like fate. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And we'll start with Cameron.
I don't think I know it, and I also truly drew the ugliest W ever. Peter Weller.
That is incorrect. And Boatman?
George C. Scott.
That is correct.
Although Peter Weller would have been interesting casting, I gotta say. More so now Peter Weller than then Peter Weller, though. But so Boatman with that ties it up. These guys are going back and forth. They are now tied at 1, going into question number 3. In the category of dark times, the films of the 2000s, and your question: Dinosaur and The Emperor's New Groove were both released in 2000, but which was released first? I think you had a question very similar to this in your last
Extremely
title match.
so.
And
I like this phrasing of question. It's an interesting way to ask a movie release dates question.
Yeah, well, you know, there are, especially during this time, there were a few of those years where Disney put out more than one. So
absolutely,
you guys are so good at movie release dates. I have to trip you up somewhere. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and Caleb, we're starting with you.
The Emperor's New Groove.
That is incorrect. Cameron.
Dinosaur.
It is Dinosaur. Dinosaur came out in the summer. The Emperor's New Groove came out at the end of the year. So, yeah, tough question there. But Cameron, once again, goes up by 1.
Your next question comes in the category of Pixar. In Ratatouille, what is the first thing Remy makes at the restaurant that is credited linguine?
These Pixar films, you know, I gotta say, a couple people have brought this up to my attention. I'm not the biggest fan that we only have one Pixar question in round 1. At some point, we will be, especially because there are quite a few Pixar.
It encompasses a fair wide,
but you know, maybe starting next season we'll broaden it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
I'm starting with Cameron.
Soup.
Soup is correct. And Caleb.
Soup.
Soup.
Right. So keeping it just to a 1-point lead for Cameron, 3-2, going into the next question. In the category of hybrid and Muppets, these are, of course, the live-action animation hybrids and Muppets films. And your question. In Mary Poppins Returns, what is the name of the Cockney lamplighter played by Lin-Manuel Miranda? How many times have you seen this movie, Kelly?
A fair few. I quite like it. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, actually.
I will say I've only seen it the once. I had no issues with it, but there wasn't like an instant need to watch it again for me. I don't know.
That's fair.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and we are starting with Boatman.
Jack.
Jack is correct. And Cameron.
If I had enough time to watch this, I could watch Mary Poppins, which is better, Jack.
That's true. All right, at least that's my opinion. All right, so keeping it to just the 1-point lead, 4-3 for Cameron, going into the next question in this round.
Your next question comes in the category of decline and wilderness. This is the films of the 60s to the 80s. In The Sword and the Stone, what is given the job as Kay's what?
Sword and the Stone. This is a film that I absolutely loved as a child. And I will say I still have quite a bit of affection for it. But as you get older, you start to notice all the eccentricities in this film. It has quite a few.
Oh, well, I took my moniker from it because I love it so much.
Oh,
like, it's quirky.
Oh, yeah. Madam Mim. Yeah, very good. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. See, I always assumed that was somehow Alice in Wonderland related. All right.
We'll start with Cameron.
Squire?
Squire is correct. And Caleb.
Squire.
Squire.
All right, 5-4, going into the next category, and that is, of course, everybody's favorite, package films. These short collections of the 40s. And your question. What is the name of the eccentric, high-energy bird that appears randomly throughout the Three Caballeros? As always, spelling does not count.
I would be very grateful to hear that.
Do your best.
Sound it out.
Yes. All right, yeah, these a lot of these can be rather tricky, but you just do your best. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and Boatman.
Yeah, spelling's but Arakan.
I will give you that. And Cameron?
I said Panchito Pistolas.
That is incorrect. The Araquan bird, I think is how they say it in the film, but I mean, that might be wrong. Who knows? But yes, that does go to Caleb. So Caleb has closed the lead. It is now tied at 5, going into the final question in this round.
Your final question comes in the category of CG revolutions, the films of the 2010s to the present. Which of these is not a racing character in Wreck-It Ralph? Taffeta Mutton Fudge, Candlehead, Sour Sweets, or Rancis Flugger Butter?
Some of these names, I gotta say, some of them have just tickled me so much that I'm like, I have to write a question involving some of these names.
Oh, very much. I hope I've pronounce them correctly. Like they are.
I think
Quirky
you've done
names.
as well as you can in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Let's start with Cameron.
Figured there's no way you would make us try to write the Flutterbutter name, so I put Sour Sweets.
Our sweets is correct, and Boatman.
Our sweets.
Very good.
Yeah. The name that intrigues me is Candlehead. What?
I knew that one was right.
Oh, that's just wow, insane. But at the end of round number 1, we have a tie game, 6-6. This is why this is a championship match. Both of these competitors, tough round 1. They both did well. No perfect rounds, but they both did well. 6-6, battling it out. Neither one of them missed the same question as the other.
Right.
So quite an exciting game we have on our hands. So let's go ahead and proceed to round number 2. All right, in round number 2, also known as the wheel round, each competitor will spin the wheel up to 2 times. If you do not like your first, you can choose to spin again. However, if you land on opponent's choice, you are stuck with that. Competitors will have 4 questions in their category. Questions in this round are worth 2 points, and you do have the option to go to multiple choice. However, if you do, the value of the question will drop to 1 point. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. Opponents may choose to steal if a competitor gives an incorrect response. Repeats and challenges are still in effect in this round. All right, so like I said, we are tied. However, Cameron did come in as the favorite because he is still undefeated. So Cameron, you have the choice. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to Boatman?
I will go second.
All right, so he is going to defer. So I am going to go ahead and bring up this wheel. All right, and Boatman, can you see the wheel?
Yes.
All right, then Boatman, this spin is yours. And you have landed on the category of villains.
I think I'll spin again.
Gonna spin again. All right, looking for something a little bit better. All right, and he has landed on recent Pixar. So we are gonna go ahead and bring up 4 questions in the category of recent Pixar. And Boatman, I will be asking these questions to you. So Boatman, are you ready? All right, and here we go. Question number 1. In Brave, what is the name of Merida's clan?
Multiple choice.
Okay, multiple choice it is. And your options there. Is it A, Macintosh, B, Dunbroch, C, Dingwall, or D, MacGuffin?
B.
B, Dunbroch is correct for 1 point. All right, so moving now to your second question in this round. In Soul, which Hamilton star provided the voice of Paul, Joe's nemesis that Terry accidentally disembodies?
Daveed Diggs.
Diggs is correct for 2 points.
You just had to give him Hamilton, didn't you?
It just came up. All right, so now we are going to your penultimate question in this round. and that question. At the beginning of Cars 2, how many times has Lightning McQueen won the Piston Cup?
For it, 3.
That is incorrect. So Cameron is going to get the opportunity to steal in your question. At the beginning of Cars 2, how many times has Lightning McQueen won the Piston Cup?
It's between 2 numbers, I think. I'll say 5.
5 is also incorrect. You guys split the difference. We were looking for 4. 4. For some reason, they decided to give him 1 more than the Hudson Hornet. I don't know why. Yes, 4 was the answer. So no steals, no answers there. That is all right. So we are going to go ahead and go to this final question. Currently, Boatman has a 3-point lead. Let's see if he can extend it with this final question. In Incredibles 2, what is the occupation of the man Elastigirl originally believes to be Screenslaver?
Pizza guy.
Pizza guy is correct for 2 points. All right. So at the end of Boatman's round number 1, he currently leads 11-6, 5-point lead. Not bad. But we will have to see how Cameron answers back with his categories. Let's go ahead and bring up the wheel for Cameron. All right. Cameron, can you see the wheel?
I can.
All right, then Cameron, this spin is yours. And the wheel just likes it today. You have also landed on villains. Would you like to keep it or would you like to spin again?
I'll spin again.
Spin again off of villains. As shady as these two are, neither one of them want villains. So we'll just have to keep going, see what we get in the next spin. And you have landed on Oscars. So we are going to bring up 4 questions in the category of Oscars. And these questions, Cameron, will be asked to you by the former champ herself, Madam Kelly Meehan.
Your first question in the category of Oscars. The most of any Disney film, how many Oscar nominations did Mary Poppins receive?
$13.
13 is correct for 2 points.
2 points, yes.
Your next question. In addition to the honorary Oscar, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs also received what nomination?
Best original score.
Best original score is correct for another 2 points. Your next question. To date, how many Pixar films have been nominated for Best Original Screenplay?
Do I get extra time on this?
Yes, 20 seconds.
Okay.
And 5, 4.
4.
4
For the
is
steal.
incorrect. So, yeah, Caleb will get the chance to steal. Kelly, you can go ahead and repeat the question.
Sure. To date, how many Pixar films have been nominated for Best Original Screenplay?
This is a tricky one because Pixar films are well written. So it's like
8.
8 is also incorrect. We were looking for 7.
so close, but again, no steals. So at this point, we are currently at 11-10. Boatman still leads by 1 point. So Cameron will have the opportunity to either tie it up or take the lead with this final question.
Your final question. 2011's The Muppets won the Best Original Song Oscar for which song?
Man or Muppet.
That's correct.
Right.
Brett
And
McKenzie, Flight of the Conchords.
Okay.
it's true. It's one of my happiest thoughts that both
When
the
it
Muppets
beat
and
only
Flight of the
one
Conchords-
other movie, because apparently only 2 original songs were made for movies in the year 2011.
All right, but yes, so that means that Cameron now has a 1-point lead going into the next round. However, this is not the final round, no, because this is a championship match. So we are going into round 3, the betting round. So let's bring up the rules for that. In round number 3, because this is not your typical championship match, opponents and spitters are on the wheel. So the leading competitor will spin the wheel to determine the category. Each competitor will wager between 0 and 3 points. A single question will be asked to both competitors. Points will go either up or down based on the amount wagered. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer this question. Repeat, and challenges are still in effect. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring the wheel back up. And as we said, Cameron currently leads by 1. So this is effectively Cameron's spin. Let's see what we get. And we have landed on directors. We're going to bring up one question from the category of directors. And our competitors will go ahead and we're going to have you put in the chat how much you wager. However, do not press enter yet. We'll put it in the chat and you'll press enter on the count of 3. Are both competitors ready with their wagers? All right, then on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, enter. All right, and we will go ahead and ask this question. Who is the only person other than John Lasseter to direct a Cars film? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and Boatman, we're starting with you.
I bet 3 points, Brian Fee.
Okay, Cameron.
Yeah, I bet 3, and I said Peter Son.
The correct answer is Brian Fee, which means that Boatman goes up by 3, Cameron goes down by 3, so the current score is 14-9. Caleb currently has a 5-point lead. Big swing there.
Wow.
Cameron came in with a 1-point lead into this round and is now down by 5. But we still have 2 rounds to go. Never know what is going to happen in those rounds. So let us go ahead and bring up the rules for round number 4. In round number 4, also known as the speed round, competitors will receive up to 10 questions. Each correct answer in this round is worth 1 point. Each incorrect answer loses 1 point. Each competitor will have 60 seconds to answer all questions. Competitors may choose to pass on any question with no penalty. Once all questions have been asked, any past questions will be re-asked for the original point value. Questions will continue to be asked until either all questions have been answered, passed, or the time expires. So, Caleb, you are currently in the lead. So you get the choice. Would you like to go first in the speed round, or would you like to defer to Cameron?
I desperately need some water, so I will defer.
Okay. Cameron, couple of things I want you to know. First of all, we will not start the timer until the end of the first question has been asked. Also, we will not reveal how you did or the score until both of you have completed the speed round. So unless you have any other questions, Cameron?
No.
Then Cameron, your speed round begins now. What acting legend played Miss Price in Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
Angela Lansbury.
In Monsters, Inc., what do monsters think are toxic?
Children.
What Muppeteer performs Miss Piggy
Pass.
in the Muppet movie? Okay. Robin Hood was released in what year?
1973.
Who directed Inside Out?
Pete Docter.
Who provided the score for The Little Mermaid?
Alan Menken.
Who voiced Max's friend Bobby in a Goofy movie?
Pauly Shore.
The Princess and the Frog takes place in what U.S. state?
Louisiana.
What year was Cars 2 released?
2011.
What is the name of the dragonfly in The Rescuers?
Evan Rude.
What Muppeteer performs Miss Piggy in the Muppet movie?
Pass. No.
All right, then that is the end
Time.
of your speed round. All right, so Boatman, as you know, the timer will not start until I have completed asking the first question. Also, we will not tell you how you have done until both of you have completed the speed round, which will be pretty much as soon as you finish. But yeah, all right. So we are going to go ahead. Caleb, unless you have any other questions. All right, then Boatman, your speed round begins now. What acting legend played Miss Price in Bedknobs and Broomsticks?
Angela Lansbury.
In Monsters, Inc., what do monsters think are toxic?
Children.
What Muppeteer performs Miss Piggy in the Muppet movie?
Frank Oz.
Robin Hood was released in what year?
1973.
Who directed Inside Out?
Pete Docter.
Who provided the score for The Little Mermaid?
Alan Menken.
Who voiced Max's friend Bobby in a Goofy movie?
Pass.
The Princess and the Frog takes place in which U.S. state?
Louisiana.
What year was Cars 2 released?
2011.
What is the name of the dragonfly in The Rescuers?
Pass.
Who voiced Max's friend Bobby in a Goofy movie?
Pauly Shore.
What is the name of the dragonfly in The Rescuers?
I'm not going to pull it.
All right. Then if you're done with that question, then that is your speed round. All right. So in round number 4, you both got 9 questions correct, passing only on one. Cameron passed on the Muppet performer that performs Miss Piggy in the Muppet movie. That is Frank Oz. And Caleb passing on the name of the dragonfly and the rescuers. That is Even Rude. Otherwise, you
I knew it was
both
something
got
like that, but I knew I was going to miss.
Only
other
knew it because I wrote
questions.
that question for a match. You played it in multiple.
There you go. Otherwise, you both got all questions correct, which means that we currently have a score of 23 to 18. Boatman still has a 5-point lead. All right, so we are going to go ahead and proceed with the rules of the final round, the championship round, round 5. All right, in this round, competitors will choose 3 numbers ranging from 1 to 20 that correspond to 3 random categories. Each competitor will receive 3 questions. Questions in this round are worth 2 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. There is no stealing or multiple choice in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. All right. So, as we have established, Caleb is currently in the lead going into this round. So, Boatman, you have the choice. What 3 numbers would you like?
We were so close to it. I got to do it. 2, 3, 19.
2, 3, and 19.
I mean, if you guys want to just give me another point, I'm sure I won't complain about it. We can have that. I should have said Frank Oz. I don't know why I did.
And Cameron.
Well, Boatman took one of the numbers I was going to pick, so I'll go 20, 10, 14.
20, 10, and 14?
Yeah, it was 2010 and 2014, one of the 2 greatest animated movies ever made.
Okay. All right. So 20.
If you couldn't tell by the shirt.
All right. So as we said, Cameron is currently down by 5 points. So in order to send this back to Boatman and avoid the TKO, he is going to have to answer some questions here in round number 3. So Cameron, we are going to go ahead and start with your 2-point question. You chose number 20, and that relates to the category of princesses. Okay. And your question for 2 points. What is the name of the princess who turns into a frog?
Tiana.
Tiana is correct for 2 points. All right. We're now into your 3-point question. If you get this correct, then you will tie the game and send it back to Boatman. Right? So your question for 3 points. Who directed Wreck-It Ralph?
Rich Moore.
Rich Moore is correct for 3 points. So that does tie up the game. So we are now going over to Boatman to answer his 2-point question.
Your 2-point question in the category of early classics and classics. In Cinderella, what is the name of the lead mouse who helps Gus or the others?
Jacques.
Jacques is correct.
All right, so Boatman back up 25-23. So we are going to now go over to Cameron for his 5-point question. Now, again, if Cameron gets this correct, he will send it back to Boatman to have to answer the rest of his questions. However, if he misses, then Boatman will win and become the new champion. So, Cameron, you chose number 14, and that relates to the category of package films.
Can I pick a new number?
You cannot.
7.
Right? I do want to remind both competitors at this point, you do both have all 3 repeats and your challenges. Hopefully you won't need those challenges, but I want you to know about your repeats. All right, so Cameron, your question for 5 points in the category of package films. What famous singing cowboy introduces the Pecos Bill segment of Melody Time?
Do I waste everyone's time by using 3 repeats?
5, 4,
Yes, I do. Repeat the question.
All right. So that is your first repeat, Cameron. You have 2 left. Category of package films. What famous singing cowboy introduces the Pecos Bill segment of Melody Time?
Whit Stillman.
And your winner and new Disney Pixar Movie Battles champion, Little Boat, Caleb Boatman. Looking for Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers. So with
More
that,
partial to John Wayne myself.
I don't think he was much of what we call a singing cowboy. But with that, we have a new champion. Congratulations, Caleb. And great job to both competitors. We will see you guys for post-match interviews. Well, there you go, Kelly. We have a new champion. I mean, this was quite the match because up until round 3, Cameron was looking pretty. I mean, yeah, he never had a lead that was too strong, but, you know, he was doing pretty well. And then that round 3 really made all the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way it was going back and forth in round 1, as people were missing questions and like back and forth, and then even in round 2, we had some missed opportunity steals on both ends. So then it really did swing in round 3. So it was just it was the championship match I could have wanted it to be. It was fantastic.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I will say that much like you, Cameron had yet to face a 5-point question. And unfortunately, he got stung this time. Those 5-pointers can be rather difficult, and especially if they are not in a category of your expertise.
Absolutely.
You know, they're even harder. But, you know, like I said, I think we had a great match from both competitors. So I think it's time to go ahead and hear from them. All right. Well, here we are with the DreamWorker, Cameron Holzman, who unfortunately did not pull it off today. But I got to say, you've still got a great record. You're only 4-1 now. You were undefeated all the way up until this point. What were your thoughts about this match today?
Yeah. First off, I want to say, I said Whit Stillman. I meant to say Slim Whitman. It still wasn't right, but it's a less stupid answer. At the end of the day, I knew I wasn't getting it right, and I know it's still wrong, but I want to make it clear. I meant to say Slim Whitman, an actual singing cowboy, and not Whit Stillman, the director of Last Days of Disco.
There you go.
But no, I still feel really good about how I played. Yeah. Like truly this match it came down to one question at the end of the day. And it was just, like directors are something that I'm pretty good at. And then just my brain fully lapsed because truly, regardless of whether or not you are a Disney fan, who cares about Cars 3? The answer is Boatman's manager and no other human being on the earth above the age of 9. But no, I feel good about how I played. Like, yeah, Boatman, like Boat is a friend of mine, and like we were on call before this, and I literally told Boatman, I look forward to losing to you today. Because Boatman is insane. Like, yeah, I had heard about the run of 3 matches in 3 days, all of them ending in nothing less than a TKO. Like, the dude is scary, and he proved it today. And then, I fought back as best as I could. But when you said your 5-pointer in package films, that's hell for any person in this league.
Yeah, and I am curious. Are you even aware that Roy Rogers is a person?
I know his name because it's in the movie Die Hard, and that's
okay. Sure.
Hence my John Wayne joke.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a
We didn't get Roy
difficult.
Rogers in Canada.
Sure.
We're still waiting on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be a difficult one if you don't know who the man is. But like I said, great match today. And I am sure that you will be back in this position in no time.
Yeah, like if one question is what decided this, and most matches have a lot more than one question. So
Yeah,
I think I can make my way back. Yeah. I went 4-0 undefeated. I can do it again, make my way back, and hopefully next time I will at least remember the correct name for my wrong answers and not name the director of Last Days of Disco.
Yeah.
Until that point, I'm speaking to you, the audience, not Clay, you at home. Watch How to Train Your Dragon, then watch How to Train Your Dragon 2. Then watch How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, but you don't need to watch that one as hard because that one, I will admit, not as great. Watch The Prince of Egypt. It's brilliant. It's perfect. Don't watch Turbo. Don't watch Ants. I won't defend those ones. Watch Rise of the Guardians. It's a lot of fun. Watch The Bad Guys. Like I referenced it earlier, it's legitimately really fun. And I truly do hold the opinion that it is a far superior film to Zootopia. Don't watch the B movie. The Humans and Monsters versus Aliens look like trash. But yeah, mostly the dragon movies.
Okay. Thank you.
And Boss Baby Family Business.
Not the first one.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Good to know.
Farewell.
All right. And I am here with our new champion, and I guess his mouthpiece, Caleb Coho and Caleb Boatman. So I guess Coho, you can answer for Boatman
Absolutely.
as well as you can. How do you think he feels being the new Movie Battles champion?
This is just another Monday. Saturday, Wednesday. I don't know. I was on vacation for Bora Bora, knocking back some adult lemonades for most of that match because I knew he had this in the bag. Caleb Boatman is the greatest trivia player in the history of trivia. And so to see him win this is inevitable. He's like Thanos. When are those movies coming to Disney, Clay? Those are Disney's too. I'm just saying, expand your horizons. Listen, I need to directly address the slander on behalf of Boatman from that DreamWorker boy. B movie is cinema and better than How to Train Your Dragon 2, as is Cars 3, and we rub that in till the end of time. So Cars 3, great movie. Caleb Boatman is obviously humbled by this, I'm sure, but also it's Boatman will say he's so excited this thing. He's very humbled by this. Caleb Coho, will say this was inevitable.
Okay. All right. So I will say at this point you're the new champion. And because of scheduling, you are going to be the champion going with the tournament about to begin. You will not be part of the tournament as the champion. So this means that you're about to get to sit back and basically watch everybody go at it for the chance to face you. How do you feel about how that might look?
Good luck.
He said it first, but yeah, I'll say good luck. Why can't he defend be the one seed and just defend every round of the tournament in 5-round matches all the way to the end?
I mean,
he would do it.
Does he want to do that?
I'm just saying he could do it and he'd beat everyone. He can do it. Kelly couldn't. That's one thing Boatman could do. I'm just saying. Kelly could never. Boatman could.
I mean, she did win the tournament last year.
Yeah, but did she put the belt on the line through 4 rounds?
She wasn't
Boatman
the champion yet.
Okay. Oh, well, excuses. Yeah, no, he's going to sit back, watch everyone go at it. And by everyone, he means me. And I'll be the one playing him at the end of the tournament. We'll have a good old time with some adult lemonades.
All right. Well, obviously, here we are at the end of the match. We've got a new champion, but I do want to give you the opportunity, Boatman or Coho. Do you have any final words to leave with our audience or your fellow competitors?
Buckle up.
I'll read what he said. Good luck, folks. You thought Kelly was hard to beat. Pry it from his dead corpse.
Oh, okay. All right. So thank you guys both. We'll see you later. Hopefully Caleb will decide to speak to us next time.
He's too good for you, Clay.
Well, there you have it.
Wow.
Our new champion. And like I said, I really hope Caleb decides that he can talk to us next time. I mean, I will say at least Coho is better than the Hammer.
Sure.
Because, at least
I don't
Coho
know.
lets us get in a word edgewise.
Oh, but I'm feeling a little called out. A little bit of slander L's way. I think he's forgetting who hasn't missed a question since playing 5-round matches.
It's true, and also who beat him in his last title match. But that wasn't the case today. Today he was successful, and he is our new champion. So, like I said, tournament season is looming. It is on its way. So the next few matches that you will see will be preparing for the tournament. We've already started with some pre-qualifying matches. Pretty soon we will have some qualifying matches as we gear up for the tournament. So remember to check all of that out. Check out everything that the Flying Cow has to offer, our podcast feed, anywhere you can find podcasts. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, do all of those things here on the video. And like I said, stay here, stay watching, and as always, moo.
Moo.